YouTube, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Mace back with another market forecast. So I don't waste any time. It's 5:05 at the moment of recording. Let's see what all plays we can do for this new week. I hope all you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had an amazing week last week. You guys stay out of trouble. Just continue to try to pursue whatever goes well for 2024. So let's get to it. So what I do is just GUUJ gold. Um, at the moment now with GU, you can see that if I was to show the same box right now, from here to here, it's almost like GU is kind of repeating itself at the moment. So what I mean like that is this whole area right here. Give me a second. This whole area at this moment right now was kind of like an uptrend respecting these trend lines before dropping, right? So we notice here, price started to do the same thing again, made a bullish run again, respecting the trend line before dropping. Now, with that being said, right, we now have to also take into consideration that we have a slight divergence at this area. So that's why you see this right now, it's even. This is showing a complete how I explain it, I would say. But divergence, it's many ways we could describe divergence. So the market's going up, this will either be going down or sideways, as in just leveling off as if it's a resistance area while this is buying. That's divergence. Or you could also have where the market is selling down, but this is making equal highs. So this is a resistance area, price isn't breaking us anything, but this is selling. So that's divergence. And you notice right after that it sold, showing that this is that. Then you had this showing some sells, but this was showing buys, then it pushed up. So when it pushed up, you notice it came down, respected these areas, pushed up, kind of respected these areas, which would be around here, pushed up, then I just removed this and I put it around here. So it's just about understanding where you're at in the market and not being afraid to take a trade, take a loss whatsoever. So my next YouTube video would be on things other traders don't mention, what they don't tell you in the forex market, things that you should be taught, that you should know. But what I can see for this week, I know that the federal funds is coming out on Wednesday, so that's going to be a major move. I know that for sure. That's going to be a major move. How major? I'm not sure it's going to be major like how it was last time, but I'm sure they're going to move the market. So right now we're not, I wouldn't say we're in an uptrend, but we're still almost in a consolidation range. So we have this as the lowest, that's the lowest price ever went, and this right now is the highest price is at for quite some time now, since it's been December. If we were to go on a 4 hour at the moment, so we can see that this is all one big consolidation right now. And price is in. So we notice price made this up here, came down, came here, came down, came here, came down. Price is back to these areas again. So what could potentially happen is price could potentially try and come down to these areas once again. So that could be also aligned with what I'm going to tell you guys now. So which is you have to take things step by step. So what I mean step by step, zone to zone, structure to structure. So right now we see that we had this structure here being created, highs, lows, highs right there, low, highs right there. We made an equal low here, and we made a new high up here. But now it's look like we're starting to try to make new lows. So we had this high, we had this, then we had this low, we have this equal high at the moment. So we could potentially get a new low at this area there, right? So it's all about price doing almost the same thing over and over again. So what I would initially wait for, because this was a sell area that I had initially sometime last week. I didn't trade GU last week at all. I took some gold trades, but it was some scalping trades. But with this, once you had this break of this area right here, you had this down that didn't respect this highs, you could have initially waited for this to be a pullback, and this is where you would have taken your profits down there. So when I add the fib on that, this is what it would have been. You would have this would have hit the 50 retracement. Entries could have gone after the second candle, which would have been this one here. Stops at the 78 or the 88, either which one. I usually put it a little bit above depending on my stops and targets. So this right here would have been a 43, a 41, a 41, so a 1-to-1 restore reward. I don't usually like to go for the 1-to-ones, but in this case, this was very nice. Could have taken this. Now, you could have also tried to see if it could have gone there once you see the momentum continue to sell down, but you notice right after this area, you start to see some exhaustion happening. So you gotta be mindful of that. But you also still had a minor retest here that you could have taken advantage of right here. Could take advantage of this little minor retest there that I had. But you notice price didn't break back these areas here. So you would have to wait to see if price would at least break this. Might give you a small pullback on minus structure like the 5 minute or so. Then you could carry back down to these areas there. That's how we would take trade like step by step. But for now, we move all this because I didn't take this, so I wouldn't put that there. But that was a nice setup we could have had last week on GU. Now, what I would want to see would be, I wouldn't worry about this anymore. I want to see this area here being broken. So I want to see what will happen at this area here. So if I can get some kind of breakout at this area and a retest, I could initially take it all the way back down here, especially if the news is going to come out on Wednesday. That could give you a push all the way back down there, which could align this up once again with the 4-hour structure. So I could line right up with the 4-hour support area. So that would be something I would look forward to for this upcoming week. Just have to wait and see what it gives you. So now we also could even adjust this trend line. So let me see this trend line. This trend line can also be adjusted right now. If you were to go off of 4-hour, right there, go back one. Let's see how this looks now. So it looks nice. I love it. Yeah. So we have a touch there. Price bounced up. Touch there, rejected it. Touch there. Price tried to break it. Push back into it. So yeah. So if you could initially look for, I'll say, this to be broken, you could look for retest either here, or you might even get it back all the way up here at these areas right now. Either one of them. It could be, some people say the back of the trend line. I don't really trade off trend line breaks and retests. I just use it to give me the directions of the market. But this would be a nice setup like that. You could take it down there. But remember, in trading, we can't predict. We only could analyze and react to whatever the market conditions are. News can go either which way. So when news comes, there's always a 50-50 chance. It can go your way, it cannot go your way. So we always pay attention to that also. Let's go on to gold, and that will be it for today. I'm not going to do UJ. At least I'll see how time look. But for gold, so last week? Last week, this was my area of interest. I wanted to see how gold has reacted to this area here after breaking it. So gold broke it on Friday, came back down. So I wanted to see how gold would have reacted to this area for sells. So we had a minor sell on this. If you would pay attention, this would have been a minor sell right now. We got the impulse here. Price didn't respect this resistance that it broke. So price would initially want to respect this resistance for more buys. Price broke down the resistance, retested, showed this nice rejection here, the bearish candle. So this would have been my point A, point B, point C, point D right there. So if we would have put a fib on this once again, could have had this and this right there. If I move this right now, so we had, oh no, I moved the wrong thing. Come on. All right, entry would have come. Where was it? At the same area here. Targets, stops. So this is how it would have been. I don't like putting stop losses at the 61 because I know price is it's a possibility. Price could always try to pull back, try to get that area. But this played out pretty nicely. All even though that I'm not a pullback before selling back down, it was pretty nice. Because that was the area, that was the trade that you could have taken advantage of. After that, move this. We had this trend line being respected. Price broke it, retested the trend line, but also this uptrend line. We had price also came to respect that as well. So that's three trend lines, two trend lines that price respected, but also this zone area price respected also. So we had this minor zone here, which was a little pullback that we had. Price came, respected, pushed up, respect, pushed up. Even though it hit our TP with this candle, notice it respected this zone still and this trend line. So that shows this is a nice zone area. Price pushed up. So after you saw price we didn't respect this, and you saw price broke this downtrend line here, and you see we came back to retest this zone. You could have initially taken a buy back only to this area. We wouldn't be able to take it any higher, usually because this has been respected heavily, this being respected heavily. So there's a chance that this can be respected as well. So this is the only target you would have taken this to. But then you want the big drop up and broke of this trend line. Now you're having a retest of these areas here. So me and my thought process on this trade for the upcoming week would be, I want to see, I'm not going to extend this trend line. I'm not going to extend that trend line at all. Leave that there. I like this trend line that's there right now. This is showing that price is respecting these areas right there. So that I like. What I would want to see is this area right now. I need to see if price is willing to break this area. If price can break this area here and give me some kind of pullback, whether it's back to this area or even versus here, then I'll carry down to around these areas here. So that's what I want to see for the upcoming week. If I cannot get that, then what I would wait for would be for price to break this right now. I need to see price break and close above this area. So mind you, we still have a trend line coming all the way from back there. So we can initially see if price can at least come there right now. Price can either want to try to come to touch this before selling, or if price was to come touch this area, break it, I'll wait for a retest, and then this would be my target, my first target, right? This is my first target. So I usually don't like doing plays like that. I like to be on one side bias. That's where I just focus more so on one trade at a time. But this is a setup where there's two ways this price can go at the moment, because it's in a funny area. So it's respecting this area as support at the moment, but it's also respecting as resistance. So this can go either which way. But like I say, there is news coming out on Wednesday, so be mindful of that. Look out for that. That can be the trigger there to make this go where it needs to go. But for now, there's a lot of selling pressure on gold at the moment, so be mindful of that. I'll skim through UJ, I guess. UJ at the moment, where was it? I initially had it UJ to try to break this area last week, retest this before selling back down to around these areas now. UJ almost made it there, but without a bigger retracement. So how I look at retracements and pullbacks would be how this was a big drop and a close. What happens is now, if price to continue pushing down a little before pulling back up, I would initially look for a retest to this zone before selling. But once I see a big break and close like this, and I start seeing candles start coming like this, I could initially look for the market to go back to its previous resistance before selling, which it did. But like I said, I wasn't really trading last week. I was more so like scalping, like 15-20 pips. I'm trying to do a challenge where I turn 200 into $1,000 at the moment. So that's what happened right there. I have it up to around 6. I had it up to around 6 last week until I think that was Thursday when I'm losing a few trades. So it's back to around almost 5. So yeah. Um, so that's what I'm doing right now. So um, at the moment, what I can see with UJ, I do have this trend line right now that I would be using. I do have this trend line right there that I'll be using. I like this zone area that I have in place right now, but I would also be looking now at the lowest. That would be around here. I want to see what price can do around these areas as well. So if I put this here like that, which I can, yeah, I would. So you want to see if price comes back down to these areas here, respect, you could get a buy up to this area. That's what I'm seeing. And if price actually doesn't respect it by pulling down, I wouldn't do anything at this area. I'll wait for price to break this. This is the safest thing to do. Wait for price to break this, then retest either this or this, and then you can start to sell. That's the only thing I see with UJ at the moment. And then let me skim over Nas quick. With Nas, I trade Nas a little bit different. I trade Nas on 15-minute, um, 15-minute break and retest only. So that's why I do on Nas. Um, so this was a setup that I gave my wife last week, but she took it too late. So quick break and retest. So we had Nas, you know, we have Nas made a support there, pushed up, came back down, made a lower high. So this is the high, this is the lower high. I now can actually even put this as a trend line right now. Yep, like it. So this is what I have now also for Nas. So what happened here was we had an uptrend going on here. Our price respect in these areas there. Price came back to this trend line, broke it, reached respected at the bottom part of the trend line. But also, if you were to look here, it also respected this zone that it last made. So this was the pullback. So you got this, 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 right? Price actually respected this zone right there. So now I have this, this, and this. This is where we had it going to. It went a little bit lower, but I wasn't expecting it or didn't care if it go lower. My targets, my targets. So I have this and this. So I had 50 and I scanned just to the negative 27. So there was an 80 pip stop loss, 85 pip, 100. Played out very nice. Um, but now what I could see, like I said, when you trade off the 15 minutes, I don't worry about the higher time frames when it comes to Nas. It's a strategy that I came up with. I see it works, so I just stick to it. At the moment now, I have this as a support area right now, but I also keep in mind of this right now. So price came here twice already and respected this area. So it made a bounce off that, bounced off this again, but made a lower high. So I want to see what price can do at this area. If price would continue to bounce up, but I won't look for any buys until price breaks this area here. So until price breaks this, I'm looking for sells. Until price breaks that, I'm looking for sells. That's what I look for right there. And this is my first targets there. But for now, price can give me a break of this area. I'll wait for it to retest either this area or around here, and then I'll start selling again. If you go on the 1 hour, how would that look? On the 1 hour. So yeah, that would look nice because we still have a lot of this that can be filled at the moment. Not saying that it has to be filled, but at times those are things that usually happens. If you even go back and look at Nas previously and stuff, and price makes big gaps and stuff, usually price will eventually fill it. Like even with this big drop, eventually price started just fill them back up and stuff. Even now, like price didn't fill the whole thing. That's why I say at times it may not happen, but it will fill most of it at times. So price really filled some of this. So it's a potential that that could be the end of that, but we never know. We never know what the market wants to do. But this is what I see. But this is a 15-minute play. This is in like my instruction will always be broken. Don't have to be respected. But on 15 minute, I strictly just straight off of breaks retest. Yeah. So that's that. Hope this was it was educational to you guys and informative. Trade at your own risk. Trading involves risk. You don't just want to go on the foreign exchange market think that you're going to become a millionaire today or tomorrow. Everything will be like everything takes time, patience. Look at it as a learning journey. Don't look at it as a get rich quick type of thing, but as a skill set which what you're trying to be better at day by day, and the money will come. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. God bless you all. Have a safe week. Like, subscribe. Yeah, peace.